The Little Season and the Abyssal Code. The story of man and woman's history is not a straight line, it's a cycle that repeats over time. We are living in the shadow of a finished age. The world calls this the modern era, but the true code reveals a different reality. History calls this the Little Season. This period follows the millennial kingdom. The source material says that the 1,000-year reign is over. We are now in the time of the dragon. The standard history hides this truth with fake timelines. Post-millennial DNA is a part of this deception. The architecture of the old world was not made by us. We found the ruins and claimed them. The code helps us see through the lies. You are living in the aftermath of a great transition. Welcome to the reality of this little season. The Gregorian calendar is a grand illusion. It creates a fake view of our past. This standard view puts the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s. It claims we are just now waiting for a golden age. But the Zadokite reality shows a different path. The millennial reign actually finished a long time ago. A massive reset occurred after the year 1000. This event is often called the Mud Flood. Our current timeline is a period of great deception. This describes this as a short season of Satan. This is the period mentioned in the book of Revelation. History was falsified to hide our true origin. Humanity, man and woman, underwent a genetic alteration. We are now approaching the final harvest. The world believes we are advancing, but the truth is we are living in a countdown. The language of mathematics of the old world is a tool for truth. Ancient Hebrew letters are also numbers. They correlate to numbers. This is the cipher key for the code breaker. The letters represent truths that cannot be divided. Each letter has a specific name and a value. Aleph has the value of 1, Bet has the value of 2, Dalet has the value of 4, and Wa has the value of 6. Mem represents the 40, Nun has the value of 50, and Tav represents the 400. We use these numbers to decode the mathematical signature of words. The cipher connects the abyss to the history of the world. It links man and woman's blood to the events of the 19th century. Understanding these numbers reveals the season. Let's decode Abaddon. Abaddon is known as the king of the abyss. His name is mathematically bound to the concept of a reset. The letters in his name add up to the number 63. Aleph and Bet and Dalet and Wa and Nun create this total. The word Sasha also shares the number 63. Sasha means to sweep away or to scrape off. The word Sag also equals 63. Sag represents the concept of Tohu or chaos. This also shows a calculated plan. The king of the abyss uses a reset to clear the earth. A civilization was swept away to make room for chaos. This was done to prepare for the little season, the population. The numbers prove this was not a random event. It was a mathematical signature of destruction. There is a mathematical equation for the shadow of death. It combines the king of the abyss with man's blood. Abaddon has the numerical value of 63. The Hebrew word for man, blood, is dam. The word dam has a value of 44, and when you add 63 and 44, the total is 107. The number 107 represents the word. Tezel means to be in the shadow. This defines the state of man during the little season. The abyssal influence has been mixed with our genetic code. The result is a population living in a darkened state. We exist in the shadow of the previous world. Our lives are defined by its mathematical result. The shadow is the defining state of our current reality. The original man was called Ha-Adam. The number for the first man is 50. This includes the divine spark known as the Aleph. The Aleph represents the number 1, and without the divine Aleph, man becomes merely blood. And the word for blood is dam, and its value is 44. So when the spark is removed, only the physical remains. The abyss is also known as Tihom. The value of Tihom is 451. Mere blood is mathematically consumed by the abyss. The difference between these numbers is 407. This number represents the word, of which means a mark. This is the vulnerability of the current man and human and woman race. We have lost the divine connection to our Creator. We are now susceptible to the influence of the deep. The book of Daniel describes a genetic mingling. It speaks of iron mixed with mere clay. The text says that they shall not cleave to one another. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Iron represents the abyssal DNA. This is a strong and metallic technology. Clay represents the dust of Adam. This is the biological and frail part of man. Our current lifespan is the evidence of this corruption. Ancient texts say a person dying at 100 was a child. Our shortened lives prove our genetic code is ruined. The iron and the clay are fighting within us. This is the reality of our current physical state. We are a product of this corrupted mixture. A massive repopulation happened. A massive event occurred in the 19th century between the 1854 and the 1929. Children were moved. Over 200,000 children were shipped on orphan trains. They were sent across the United States to new homes. Foundlings, hospitals suddenly appeared all over the globe. The source of this population remains unknown. There are no real ancestry reports for these people. The code suggests that they were nations mentioned in Revelations. They were a blank state population to fill all the empty cities. The millennial reign was swept away before they arrived. They were told a fake story about their origins. This narrative was used to hide the true history of the world. We are the descendants of this mysterious group. The time of the harvest is called Et Kretza. The gematria for this phrase is 870. This is a number is identical to the phase of the finger of God. This connection implies the deception is not an accident, it's deliberate intervention by the divine. The wheat and the tares are allowed to grow together. They must stay together until the final separation. The finger of God has set this timeline in motion. The deception only serves as a purpose in the grand plan. The harvest is the end of the little season. The numbers prove the timing is precise. Everything is moving forward. A final judgment. The wheat will eventually be separated from the weeds. The calendar we use is part of a grand deception. We shifted from a fixed solar cycle to the Gregorian. The original Zodiac calendar had 364 days. This cycle created 52 exact weeks every year. The Gregorian calendar drifts and requires adjustments. The mathematical code for the word Satan is 364. This shows the adversary is tied to the solar cycle of the earth. By shifting the calendar, the appointed times were lost. The population is now out of sync with the Creator. We no longer know the true rhythm of time. This keeps us from aligning with the divine schedule. The calendar change was a tool to keep us in the dark. We must return to the true cycle to find the truth. To understand why the calendar shift is considered deception, you have to look at how time is measured and who controls that measurement. The perfect rhythm of 364, which is the Zodiac calendar is a fixed system of 364 days. This number is because it's exactly divisible by 7, creating 52 perfect weeks every single year. And in this system, every holiday and every appointed time falls on the exact same day of the week every year forever. This is viewed as a divine schedule, a predictable, unchanging rhythm set by the Creator to keep man and woman in sync with the spiritual realm. And the Gregorian drift, the calendar we use today, has 36525 days. Because of that extra fraction of a day, the calendar drifts. This is why your birthday falls on a different day of the week every year, and why we need leap years to fix the errors. From a spiritual perspective, this drift is seen as a way to throw man and woman out of sync. And if we're off by even one day, you miss the portal or the specific frequency of those appointed times. Why 364 is linked to the adversary. This is where it gets confusing for many. If 364 is the perfect divine number, why is it also the mathematical code of Satan, the number of the limit? In Hebrew, gematria, the value of Satan is 364, and this is where the opposite rolls. Think of it as like a cage versus a key. So the solar cycle of 364 days represents the physical limits of this earth prison. The master of time, by matching the number of his name to the number of days in the year, the adversary claims ownership over the physical timeline. And that's the deception. The opposite part is the Gregorian. 365 days is the counterfeit. It uses 365 days to hide the 364 day cycle. It's a lie built on top of a truth to ensure you never find the appointed times. The 364 calendar is the true clock of the physical world. The adversary, Satan, is the jailer who is mathematically tied to the clock. The Gregorian calendar is a broken clock given to the prisoners so they forget what time actually is. By using a drifting calendar, the nations are kept in the dark, unable to align with the divine frequency of the Creator.
Do you know what time it is? Or just what they told you it was? The Zadok line, the Enoch path, the path was etched in stone. 52 weeks of perfect rest, a rhythm for the throne. No leap, no drift, no shifting sands, the portal opens wide. But the world traded the key of life for a calendar that lied. V365 is a veil of mist, a shadow on the sun to keep the sheep from the appointed time before the race is run. 364, the limit of the cage. The jailer's name is written on the bottom of the page. In the little season where the deception grows deep, the world is drifting sideways while the holy sentries sleep. Enter into the race, break the Gregorian chain, find the frequency of truth through the fire and the rain. Paleo Hebrew Shin, the teeth that press and hold. The Ted is the serpent or the basket of the gold. They added a day to blur the way, to make the seasons bleed. So you'd miss the feast, you'd miss the fast, you'd miss the holy seed. Revelation 20, the 1,000 years are done. The master of the timeline thinks he's finally won. 364, the limit of the cage. The jailer's name is written on the bottom of the page. In the little season where the deception grows deep, the world is drifting sideways while the holy sentries sleep. Enter into the rest, break the Gregorian chain, find the frequency of truth through the fire and the rain. Look at the geometry, do the math, don't blink. I said 10 equals the year, closer than you think. He claims a 364, the boundary of the sphere, but 365 is the noise you always hear. It's a counterfeit clock, a broken gears designed to keep your spirit lagging while the stars align. One day off, you're a world away. 10 minutes late, you missed the day. The Sabbath isn't moving, you are the one in flight, chasing a Gregorian ghost into the dead of night. Cease from your works, the door is closing. The little season is a test of time. Will you find the Sabbath